All right, before we get into the day, let's take a look at everything that I brought. I got my belt kit here. This is an Army issued one with a machete, leather machete case. Machete, we got a file to sharpen the machete, Leatherman, compass to keep myself nice and oriented to the river, inReach for safety purposes, headlamp. We have fishing kit, lines, leaders, hooks, those types of things, paracord for fishing, thick line for fishing, because there are piranhas out here. I have a ferro rod for sparking a fire, canteen, 1 liter canteen, and metal canister. I have here iodine droplets. This is what's going to allow me to purify the water and drink it, otherwise be very difficult. And for my luxury item, I have coffee. One thing I hope not to use is this thing of cotton. There are natural trees here, they're called cotton trees, and they produce a substance called kapok, which is very being produced this time of year. The trees are in abundance, but yeah, it's the wrong time of year, so this is supposed to emulate it. I still hope not to use the cotton in this, though I will if I need to, because a fire would be nice. Anyways, that's all I got other than the camera equipment and medical kits I have here. Tripod, batteries, charging, the med kit. This is for rain. This is for blowing water off the camera. Camera, lenses, and chargers, and things like that. Oh, and last but not least, of course, so I found camp. This is where I'm sleeping. This is an amazing spot. I just got to figure out exactly how to clear out an area in which I can feel safe, because there's lots of scorpions, spiders, ants, those types of things. So I want to clear the area, push all the brush back, and make it home, because I don't want to be stung by anything. Let's go get some more water. Love the camp. Bad water access. Beautiful view. Hard to get agua though. So gotta go back to my landing area. Whoa! To catch some water. That looks like a good fishing spot. And the locals, they drink this straight from the river. It's with the iodine. So 1 drop of this stuff purifies 1 liter of water. 15 minutes and it's good. Why are you giving me that look, buddy? Just give me the side eye. We want to make this jungle a home, so we gotta do some landscaping. It's a healthy rain coming down. I might wait this one out for a few minutes and then get to work. Just like this, because I don't have any rope to secure it together. This shelter is going to be completely ropeless. So I really want a shelter for obvious reason. And the best sticks to use are live trees or live branches, because they hold a lot more strength in them. Dead trees are brittle, they'll snap, they don't make for a good structure. There's an ant colony in this one. It's good water. It's really tasty. Oh my god. It's hot. Hot. Just checking around at the base of these trees that I'm using. Make sure there's no bullet ant colonies. So I wouldn't want to disrupt one of those. The big ants that really hurt, apparently. And I don't intend to find out just how much they hurt. So bringing out all this debris to kind of destroy the habitat for insects, because an insect bite out here could really put me back. And it could even mean having to leave early, getting extracted. I got some ants on me. Oh yeah, there's the colony. Oh, that's why. This one, right there. Ah. Looks like it's gonna rain again. Oh yeah. I think it's raining. All right. Well, the shelter's definitely coming together. But you know what? I'm starting to feel viciously hungry. A lot of chopping. But I don't have any food, just coffee. So I'm gonna use this as a little artificial pick-me-up. Best part about the jungle is there's stir sticks everywhere. Alright, well the shelter's coming together. The roof needs a lot more work, but it's a start. Still need to build my bed. And it would be nice to have a fire tonight. Boy, would that ever be nice. I'm out in search of two things. There are actually two palm trees. The first one is cukrate, which is the tree of life. The second is Menopole, which is the heart of palm. First one, cook rate, it'll give me bedding and a shelter roof. The second one, Menopole, heart of palm, that's my food. This stuff will make great roofing, and actually it's a nice springy bed. Oh, there's a cook rate tree. But at the base of these trees are nuts that we're gonna need to collect later. They have something very important inside them for our mission. Behind this big spider here, there's a Menopole tree. Actually, there's a few. There's a nice big one right there. That contains the heart of palm. The heart of palm is one of the only sources of carbohydrates that's available all year round throughout the entire Amazon. There are fruits and stuff that you can collect, but in terms of a source of food all year round, it's fish, other sources of protein, birds, and then the Menopole tree, heart of palm. There's great roofing right here. So in here, this is the upper section of the tree, just as the palm branches start. Holy. Yeah, so this is the innermost section, and I obviously split it, but it's a long cheese string like thing. Actually, look at this. It peels apart just like a cheese string. And it tastes like a cheese string. It doesn't. It tastes a little bit like cabbage. Highly edible, really delicious. And a great source of calories out here. Apparently something like a kilogram of this is 1,000 calories. This is like 200 calories if I'm lucky. So this will be an excellent source of food for me out here. A lot of effort, but happy to have it. Yeah, the lower down on the stalk, the stringier it gets, the more fibrous it gets. Top part, real good. Through here it turns back into a tree. All right, I need to find firewood. I need to get roofing material. I need to get a bed. I need to eat some food. I need to take a nap. I need to call my mom, tell her to pick me up because I'm in the jungle and I'm alone. Here's another palm tree. This is a tree of life, so it's very immature. I can harvest all these leaves sustainably and leave this middle stalk. I don't know if you can see it, but this middle stalk will keep growing even if I harvest all these leaves. So we definitely took a lot from this tree. In fact, we took all the leaves, but as long as this center column stays intact, the tree will regrow. Lots of Menopole here. That's a good food source, but I'm looking for the cuckrate tree. They make good bedding and roofing. I always have the river to my right. I don't want to get too far away from it because if I do, then it'll be hard to find again. Oh, here we go. Clear indication that this is the cuckrate tree. There's all these nuts here. And these nuts from the cuckrate tree, what happens is when they're ripe and ready, they drop, and they're almost like little coconuts, but there's a seed in here, a nut. And what happens is that a beetle will come along and it'll drill a little hole and leave its larvae in there, and the larvae will grow and develop, and then there'll be a little cuckrate grub in here, which makes for excellent fishing bait to catch the little fish. And this one clearly has holes in it, so that grub has since turned into a beetle and left. But there should be, well, hopefully there'll be some unopened nuts around here, but we'll save that for another day because we have a lot of work to do still in the shelter. But good to know that this is here. All right, we want to avoid this one because that's a spiky palm tree. That is very sharp, very painful, as you can see by all the spikies. But right next to it is a juvenile cuckrate tree. So we're looking for both these long branches here as well as the palmy leaves up top. So we're going to harvest these, haul them back to camp, and make our bed, make our roofing with it. This is going to be a lot of work. Gotta be extremely careful with these. These are sharp, 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 sharp. If you run your finger down it, you're getting cut, so. I know this is a survival shelter. I wasn't gonna fill this whole thing in because this shelter is absolutely massive at this point, but I'm having an OCD aneurysm right now. I need to just spend 10-15 minutes and just finishing the rest of this with these leaves. Otherwise, I won't die of starvation, dehydration, hypothermia, but I'll die of an OCD panic attack. Okay. 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 Well, this thing came together. Let me tell ya. Holy, is it filthy though. All right, so shelter's up, bed's ready, at least for now. Probably gonna have to patch some holes on the next rain, but we're gonna leave it. We gotta get a fire up because this is gonna be a hard task considering all the rain. This could very well be a good piece. There are parts of it that have leaves on it, but maybe this was the broken branch and, you know, just cut it. That is dry wood, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, lots of ants. I would love to test the shelter in the rain, but probably not tonight. Tomorrow. Does sound like thunder though. Rambo! And here's the food bit, and then up here is the roofing bit. So the thing with these hearts of palm is that they spoil extremely quickly once they're exposed, but you can transport them like this and they don't spoil, and ants and stuff can't get to them in here. So this is a great way of keeping it nice and safe and saving it for later. Everything around here is soaking wet, except the insides of these branches. This is nice and dry. So the goal is to cut open this branch, get a whole bunch of fine splits, and make some feather sticks, and then make a fire. This beautiful flower. I'm sure there's something about not smelling flowers in the Amazon because of the poisonous things that could be inside. But I can't resist. Very pretty. This here is the Capadula water vine. This is the famous water vine that you chop and you get delicious water from. Apparently some guy came here to the Amazon looking for new medicines, and he discovered this root, and what he discovered about it is it opens your capillaries, and actually gives you erection. This is what the foundation of Viagra is from. It's from these vines. The Capadula vine, also known as the big boner vine. At least that's what I call it. Let's see if I can drink some. Oh, there's a good amount of water in there. Oh God, I'm tired. All right, let's go wait out the storm, start the fire, and then get destroyed by bugs as we try to sleep in our sweaty, damp, uncomfortable clothes. This is another big downpour coming, it looks like. I hope my shelter is waterproof. Oh, good Lord. The camera's really not doing a great job of showing just how dark it is. It is very dark. The thing is, there's always a pretty big delay between when the rain starts and when it starts coming through the canopy. Sounds like it's making its way through the canopy now. Now, there's also a delay between when it makes it through the canopy and when it makes it through my shelter roof. Hopefully there's a pretty big delay in that. There's definitely a couple leaks, but it's doing pretty good. This is supposed to be the dry season. I wonder what the wet season's like. Looks like a nice little thing though. Maybe the wood's just too damp. I just want to see if this will even like take a spark. Oh. Yeah, I actually got it. Okay, so there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. This is the wood I'm working with. A bunch of termites in here. Check it out. These things, they're attracted to your headlamp and then they'll fly into your face and then try to sting you all over your body. They're called night wasps. They're such little buttheads. They hurt. Well, I give up for now. It's not even close to getting catching, so it's too moist, everything's wet. Oh, I blew out there on fire, but seems like it's not happening. Maybe I'll close my eyes for a little bit. I stuffed a bunch of leaves in the dry bag that I've been using to store my power banks that charge my camera battery. This is gonna be my pillow. No blanket. Completely soaked, exposed to the jungle. Oh yeah. Another day. Oh. I'm not gonna say this is good night because I'll just talk to you in a few, but I'm just gonna close my eyes for just a little bit. See you in a bit. Feels drier out here. The rain stopped. It's just water coming off the canopy at this point. But it's cold enough that it's kind of hard to sleep. I definitely have a bit of a chill, and I know that it's going to get colder tonight. Not a ton, but enough that it'll chill your bones. Anyways, I'm gonna try to start the fire again. I think I might have a better chance of doing that now that the air just feels drier. This wood might be good. No. Come on. Oh, so close. So close. That is so much better. Oh, I was cold before and I just couldn't sleep. I was starting to get a real chill. And I realized my shirt was drying out quite significantly, so I figured might as well give the fire another go. It's currently around midnight, so
Oh, it is late, but the fire is stoked. And I hope it'll last me the morning. It's a good feeling. What a day. What a day. Oh. I don't think I really slept, so I'm not going to call it a sleep. I'm going to call it an overnight rest. But the sun's coming up, and hopefully with it comes some of the warmth. Well, it will, but it's cold, man. Not like really cold, just like cold enough to keep you up. It wasn't the best night of my life, but it sure wasn't the worst. Or maybe it was, it's hard to tell. But I'm so happy to have got the fire going. I was cold. I gotta chill. Not like something that could kill me, but just very uncomfortable. And so getting up and really making a effort at getting the flames, burning the wood and making some heat was a good call. It was so toasty. At least I had like sections of my body that were toasty. My clothes are completely dry. They have completely dried out. The shelter is awesome. The bed is extremely uncomfortable. It's like nice to sit on. It's got some spring to it. It's a nice little table. But as far as a nice comfy bed, it's just hard. It's like laying on a wood picnic table. But yeah, we made it through the first night. That was a challenging day yesterday, so I feel pretty good about it. It is nice to be dry though. That's really nice. But from all that rain, the water's gone up significantly enough that I can actually get water here. Couldn't reach this yesterday. I think I brought these really terrible socks. Oy. Whew, I am tired, let me tell you. There it is. The jungle cheese string. Breakfast. These things bruise quite quickly and easily. I went to go see if there's any juices left in my Capadula vine, and this guy came crawling out from underneath it. Well, he can stay as long as he doesn't come in the middle of the night and lay eggs in my brain or something. Any juice left? Oh yeah. There's a pretty big misconception about the jungle. Everybody thinks that everything out here is here to kill them. But the thing is, most things just want to be left alone. Spiders, the scorpions, the jaguar, the eagles, the piranha, and all the other biting fish here in the river, the snakes. They don't care about you or I. They don't care about us. But if you disrupt them, that's when they bite. That's when there's an issue. Speaking of piranha, I'd love to catch one today. So I'm gonna drink this coffee here. And then I have a couple chores I need to do to procure food. The goal is to ultimately get a big fish, but in order to do that, I need a little fish. And in order to get a little fish, I need a grub. And to get a grub, I need a nut. And to find that nut, I need to find a cucurite tree. And there are some in the area, so right after this Joe, we're gonna get it done. And it'll be so. After picking up that Capadula vine this morning and finding a big spider coming out of it, it's a good reminder that I need to push back all this brush, because all this debris that I've created around here is habitat for small bitey animals. So I'm just gonna spend 5 minutes and just push back my camp a little bit.
widen it out. Oh, there's a coconut tree right here. There's another. Ooh, termites. Lovely. Another. Nice. 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 We got a couple here. Let's go open them up. All right. So we got a few of these nuts here. Inside the nut is a little grub. And these grubs are going to be our bait to catch small fish, to then catch bigger fish. And the fun part about these grubs is they're edible. Tastes like butter, interestingly enough. I'm gonna leave these here. I'm gonna have to go get some more coconut nuts to try to find some more grubs. But first, I'm gonna build my yari yari rod. All these words, they're very confusing, I know. Coconut, capadula, yari yari, bingo bango, feeling hot, hot, hot. We're out here looking for the yari yari tree. And yari yari has a great property in that it's very bendy, so it makes an excellent fishing rod. So while you can do it with lots of other sticks, the yari yari is the best, at least so I hear. And the best way to find a yari yari tree is by smell. It has a distinct smell, almost lemony, almost, but it's different than just the dirt smelling leaves of these regular trees. So let's keep looking. Nope. Nope. The thing is too, all the rainforest leaves have a very similar oval shape. I guess it's because that this is the most beneficial to collecting sunlight and pushing raindrops to your roots. I don't know, it seems to be the best evolutionary trait for the trees of the rainforest. They all have the same shape. Not all of them, but for the most part, that's this teardrop slash oval shaped leaf. Nope. 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 I can't tell. No. There's been a couple times I've just been walking, I get a face full of cobweb, and it's always like a interesting reminder that there's big, juicy spiders lurking in those cobwebs. So I'd be a lot more freaked out if I didn't know that these spiders don't want to harm you. They want nothing to do with you. They just want to eat their little bugs, maybe small birds, maybe tiny little children. But as a grown adult man-child, they don't care about me. They just want to do their own thing. That's the one. Yeah, very distinct. A little bit of fishing line. Every fish in the water has teeth. Well, maybe not every, but most fish here in the jungle have teeth. So I'm gonna install a little leader so they can't bite through my line. All right, I have my little yari yari fishing rod.